What's going on, webheads, and welcome to day 24 of SpiderPop's 25 Days of Christmas, Season 4. That's right, it's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day is literally tomorrow, Santa Claus is literally in transit from the North Pole as we speak, and today we are making a never-before-seen video on the SpiderPop's channel, because today we are doing our first ever SpiderPop's Q&A. That's right, throughout the past couple weeks I have been putting out posts and question forums on Instagram and YouTube for today's video specifically. So I am really excited to make today's video. Since this is our first Q&A, we didn't actually have a whole lot of questions to answer from all of you webtastic webheads, but we did get 4 questions today to answer for all of you guys on our SpiderPop's Q&A from 2 different Wicked Webtastic webheads that have been watching our 25 Days of Christmas series this year. So I am super excited to get into today's video, and what makes it a really interesting video today is because we didn't have a whole lot of questions to go over for today's video, we are going to be doing a very special SpiderPop's Jenga Q&A. That's right, as you guys can see right here, we do have a whole Jenga tower set up. We will be playing a game of Jumbo Jenga for all of you guys today. And on 4 of those blocks placed randomly by our lovely Miss SpiderPops, we do have all 4 of our questions that have been asked for us to answer for today's video for all of you guys today. So I am super excited to get into it. We are going to be getting into a different camera view after today's calendar opening. And then we're going to be answering some Wicked Webtastic questions from members of the SpiderPops community. So it is going to be a wicked exciting and awesome video. So make sure you guys stick around till the end. Alrighty, the camera view has changed. We have our SpiderPop's Q&A Jenga all set up to the side right here. As you can see, we got a pretty large tower right here. This is basically a New York City skyscraper of Jenga blocks. And being your friendly neighborhood SpiderPops, I feel like I may be one of the most qualified people to take this Jenga skyscraper on. So like I said, there are 4 blocks at random within this tower that do have questions on them. I'm going to be just trying to stack this Jenga tower up as high as possible. If we do get incredibly high, I will be sure to make an update of how tall this Jenga tower actually gets. But the goal is for us to hopefully answer all 4 questions before the SpiderPop's Jenga tower falls. Before this Jumbo Jenga tower does crash and fall. We're just going to go ahead and get right into this with this first block right here. And look at that! First one, we got our first question of today's SpiderPop's video. Miss SpiderPops did put these in at random, and I was not looking at all the whole time, so I was not expecting to get one on the first try here. But we do actually have one from a SpiderPops viewer that has been watching the SpiderPops channel for at least a couple years now. I have seen comments from this user on the SpiderPops channel for a while now, and he is just super supportive and leaves a whole bunch of really awesome comments anytime he does watch. But this first question is from YouTube user AlanNiigaki, and this SpiderPops viewer actually does watch our SpiderPops videos all the way in Argentina. This one right here, Alan did actually ask us, why do I never show my face on the SpiderPops channel? So this is a question that I actually haven't gotten asked too often. I believe this is actually the first time we've actually gotten a real question about that, at least publicly, and it is a pretty loaded question in and of itself, but there are a few different reasons why I decide to wear my Spider-Man mask in every single one of my videos and not show my actual face, and a lot of it comes down to really just how I was raised and what the SpiderPops channel actually is supposed to represent. So throughout my life, I've had a ton of different YouTube channels, as ever since I was a little kid and YouTube did first start coming out, I was always really fascinated with starting my own YouTube channel. So after a lot of failures and after going through a pretty dark time in my life near the end of my high school days, I personally decided there really just needed to be a change in my life. So before the SpiderPops channel, I did have a gaming channel that does no longer exist, but I wasn't really proud of the content I was making. I wasn't really proud of the person I was at the time. So when I did first originally create the SpiderPops channel, it was really kind of a way of me to try to find myself again and try to make a YouTube channel where I'm actually able to represent the best parts of myself while representing my favorite superhero character of all time. A quote that's used quite often in Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse especially is, "Anybody can wear the mask." And that means anybody watching this video, you could wear the mask. Your grandma, your family, your uncles, your aunts, anybody can wear the mask if they want to be Spider-Man. And Spider-Man is someone who always chooses to stick up for the little guy, who always does the right thing even when the right thing isn't the easiest thing to do. The reason I don't ever actually show my face on the Spider Pops channel is because the Spider Pops channel I never really thought was really about me. I never thought it was about showing my face. I wasn't ever in it to bring popularity towards myself as an individual person, but more as just a really great way to represent the best parts of myself while also representing my favorite childhood hero that I grew up and loved throughout my life. So, and although that was a really long explanation, those are the main reasons why I do decide to keep my identity a secret and wear a mask throughout every single video on the Spider Pops channel. So, huge thank you to AlanNiigaki for that first question. We're going to go ahead and put it on the top right here. Nice. And then let's move on to the next block. Easy. Easy. Almost got it. Slow and steady. Nice. Alrighty. And the second one doesn't have a question on it, so we can just go ahead and put it right on the top right here. And then we'll just get right into pulling for the second one. And I got a feeling it could be this one right here. Oh no. Oh no. I don't even think it is this one. Alright, no question on this one. Getting stressful now. We got a question on our first try. And now we're 1 for 3. Move on to this one right here. Question? No question. I feel one of these ones is a question. I just gotta have what it takes to be able to find them. I didn't find the questions. I didn't find the questions. That was a little unsuccessful. We got some building rubble on us right here, but you know, it is what it is. We still got 3 more questions to answer for today's Spider Pops video, but we weren't able to do it without knocking over the tower. Unfortunately, your friendly neighborhood Spider Pops is not a Jenga professional. Do not try this at home. Alright, and we did find another question right here. This question right here is from the wicked awesome ChasesKingdom. ChasesKingdom has been commenting on almost every single one of our 25 Days of Christmas videos. I cannot thank ChasesKingdom enough for all of his support on the Spider Pops channel. And I definitely do recommend you guys go check him out once you guys are done watching today's Spider Pops 25 Days of Christmas video. And the question ChasesKingdom did actually ask us today is, if you could climb one building, which one would you climb? And I have been thinking about this question for a little bit of time as well, ever since he did ask it. And at first, gravitating towards some cool-looking New York buildings that would be fun to climb. But as you guys know, I do actually live in Colorado. With that, I've never actually been into New York City, so I couldn't really say personally how fun any of them look to climb if I've never really seen them in real life. So personally, out of all the buildings I've seen, I would have to say there is one building in particular that I think would be incredibly fun to climb. It's most definitely never going to happen, but it's actually at the Denver Convention Center, where we actually do go for Denver Fan Expo. Outside of one of those buildings, I believe we do actually have a picture of it on our Spider Pops channel banner, but it is actually this really massive big blue bear that does actually sit right outside of the Denver Convention Center, and every time we walk past it, I always think how fun it would be to somehow climb up the entirety of the bear and just take really awesome Spider-Man pictures for the Bugle standing right on top of the bear's head. But I guess it technically doesn't count as a building, but since it is attached to the Denver Convention Center, I guess I could say I would like to climb the Denver Convention Center in Denver, Colorado, because that big blue bear is pretty cool looking. But with that being said, huge thank you to ChasesKingdom for that question right there. Alrighty, and we did just find the next question right here, and this one, again, is from YouTube user AlanNiigaki. And his next question right here does actually ask, do I ever plan on making a face reveal video on the Spider Pops channel someday? And that is another really good question from Alan right there. Huge thank you, Alan, for both of your questions today on the Spider Pops channel. I do really appreciate your support. And to answer your question, as of right now, I do actually have no plans to do a face reveal on the Spider Pops channel. If we do surpass certain subscriber milestones, I haven't even decided to myself what those would be. But to the extent of a face reveal, I believe if we ever did do one, it would honestly probably just be for any Spider Pops viewers that were actually interested in one. But it would have to be at a pretty crazy subscriber milestone down the line before I would probably even consider doing that, just because my face isn't something that will probably be a reoccurring guest star on the Spider Pops channel, even if we did do a face reveal. I would probably go right back to wearing the Spider Pops mask after doing a face reveal, and then that face reveal video would just stay as the only unmasked Spider Pops video to be on YouTube. For at least a little while anyways. But as of right now, I do not think we are nearly at the point. I still have lots and lots of ways to grow to be the best Spider-Man I can be before I can even possibly consider doing a Spider Pops face reveal. But that doesn't completely put it out of the equation. Maybe someday, a few years from now down the road, it could definitely be a possibility. But as of right now, I'm just not seeing it as anything that's probably going to happen anytime soon. But that's okay. We're still going to be making Wicked Webtastic Spider Pops content. But still, huge thank you to AlanNiigaki for both of your Wicked Webtastic questions today. Once again, I really appreciate all of your support that you do leave on the Spider Pops channel. And your friendly neighborhood Spider Pops hopes you're having an amazing day all the way from Colorado. Alright, and I have found the last question for today's Spider Pops Q&A. And this one, once again, comes from ChasesKingdom. Huge thank you to ChasesKingdom for both of your Wicked Webtastic questions that you asked for today's video. And this next one from ChasesKingdom is actually going to be, how many Spidey masks do you own? And this is probably one of the toughest questions throughout today's entire video, because I'm actually not entirely certain. I know throughout the entirety of the Spider Pops channel, we've had probably around 6 or 7, I would say, in total. But that's counting just the fabric masks that we have right here. Like we did briefly go over in our Spider Pops collection tour, this is the very first mask that I actually did have on the Spider Pops channel. And as you can see, it's a little rough compared to our current Spider Pops mask. As you can see, the mesh is completely built into the mask itself. And this one is actually modeled after the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire version of Spider-Man. So it is definitely a lot different. I don't even think this mask has a zipper on it. I think it's just completely spandex and you just put it right over your head. I know somewhere around the Spider Pops office I have at least 1 or 2 extra one of our RPC Studio masks, just in case one of our mask fabrics does get damaged and I do have to replace it in order to make more Spider Pops videos. So those are things that I do just have scattered throughout the office that I'm not entirely certain where they are right now. And then I do have other various masks, such as this Iron Spider helmet we did review on the Spider Pops channel. That is actually our most viewed video we do have on the Spider Pops channel to this date, is that Spider-Man Iron Spider helmet review. And as you guys know from watching 25 Days of Christmas, we do also have our Lego Spider-Man helmet that is currently in another room right now. And then Spider-Man face shells. I have probably 3 or 4 3D printed ones that I've 3D printed that just currently aren't functional, so we don't really count those. And then I do have 2 RPC Studio face shells, which are going to be this one, and then my spare mask that I do have in the Spider-Mobile. So I'd say right now, in terms of working masks, including the face shell, I probably have around 2.
Not 200, just 2.
2? What do you mean you only opened 2?
I know. You can basically call me the Charlie Bucket of Spider-Mans, but right now we do have only around 2 functioning Spider Pops masks that we can actually wear for Spider Pops videos. So it's okay, because both of our masks are really awesome. I am super stoked being able to wear the Spider-Man mask for every single one of our videos. When I first started the Spider Pops channel, a big inspiration for it was having this mask in general, because at the time this was the coolest Spider-Man mask that I had owned, and part of me just wanted an excuse to be able to wear the mask more often. But making the Spider Pops channel was definitely a good excuse to wear the Spider-Man mask, and I am insanely grateful for every single video we are able to make for all of you guys. So once again, huge thank you to ChasesKingdom and AlanNiigaki for both of your Wicked Webtastic questions for our Spider Pops Q&A today. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's Wicked Webtastic Q&A video, and I hope you all are having an absolutely magical Christmas Eve with your loved ones and family. Right now, as you guys are watching this video, Miss Spider Pops and I are preparing to see the Patriots take on the Broncos in Denver. I'm really hoping the Patriots win, but we'll see. We'll see if we can make a couple shorts while we're actually at the stadium, but I'm not going to entirely count on it just because Miss Spider Pops and I are probably going to be having an absolutely webtastic time. But with that being said, I do hope to see you guys bright and early for day 25 or the Spider Pops 25 Days of Christmas Season 4 finale. But with that being said, that is going to do it for today's Christmas Eve Q&A, day 24 of Spider Pops 25 Days of Christmas Season 4. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and make sure you guys are staying safe out there, staying frosty and having fun, of course. Have an amazing rest of your day, webheads. Bye-bye.
Just like flies, look out. Here comes the Spider-Man.
Perfect. Oh no. Oops.
I did it again.
But this time it's the hot toy. Miles. Oh, Miss Spider Pops is. Oh yeah. Let's stop here again. Miss Spider Pops is not gonna be happy.